Namaskar. This is Swapna Bora, Assistant Professor, Teaching Learning Center, Tezpur University. Welcome you all to this session on open educational resources and digital learning platforms. The objective of my presentation is to make you aware of various types of open educational resources and widely used digital learning platforms that are useful for teaching, learning, and assessing, as well as for research purposes. So let us start our session. First of all, we would like to discuss about what is open access. Open access means free access to information and unrestricted use of electronic resources for everyone. The definition provided by UNESCO is given here regarding open educational resources. The term open access can be described as teaching and learning resources that reside in the public domain or have been released under an intellectual property license that permits their free use of or repurposing by others. Open educational resources include full courses, course materials, modules, textbooks, streaming videos, test software, and any other tools, materials, or techniques used to support access to knowledge. Open access resource includes contents such as articles, books, audio, images, video, software, and digital tools that are licensed to retain. That means no digital right management restrictions are there. The content is yours to keep whether you are the author, an instructor using the material, or a student. The next one is reuse. This is the most basic level of openness. People are allowed to use all or part of the work for their own purposes. For example, download an educational video to watch at a later time. Thirdly, revise. That means people can adapt, modify, translate, or change the work. For example, take a book written in English and turn it into another language like in audio format. Then remix. That means people can take two or more existing resources and combine them to create a new resource. For example, take audio lectures from one course and then combine them with slides from another course to create a new derivative work. And lastly, redistribute. Here, people can share the work with others. For example, send a digital article by email to a colleague, etc. Now, all of this is done through what is called Creative Commons licenses or CC licensing. To protect your rights as an author of OER usually means publishing under a Creative Commons or other open license. This seemingly simple idea of an author creating a license enabling people to freely access and adapt copyright material without charge or special permissions is one of the great ideas of 21st century. This does not take away someone's copyright, but enable that copyright holder to give permission automatically for different kinds of use of their material without charge or any bureaucracy. These are some of the Creative Commons license symbols that you will find in any of the open educational resource networks. Now let us discuss the broad aspects of open educational resources. So these are the various types of open educational resources: tools, content, and implementation resources. This here in tools, open source software for development and delivery of OER are included. Here, course management system, development tools, social software, and learning management systems are included. Examples are given here. Content, published learning and reference materials are divided into learning resources and reference materials. Implementation resources are best practices, CMU design principles, licensing tools, and interoperability. That means the seamless sharing of data, etc. So here I will discuss about some of the widely circulated OER publishing standards, directories, search engines, ebooks, archives, courseware, etc. over the network. First of all, let us discuss about current standards to facilitate open access research publication. I have already mentioned about Creative Commons licenses, and this is the platform of Creative Commons licenses. Other than that, the most widely popular current standards to facilitate open access research publication are Connecting Research and Researchers, Counter Code of Practice for Articles, Crossref, FundRef, IRAS UK. Open access publishing directories. Here I'm giving three of the most widely circulated directory of open access books, directory of open access journals, institutional archives registry. Open access search engines. Here I'm giving you some of the popular search engines for multidisciplinary courses. Belfield Academic Search Engine, SiteShareX, Core Connecting Repositories, Google Scholar, which is mostly circulated in India also, Microsoft Academic Search, OIASTER, OSASC, XERN, etc. Now, here are some of the links for open access ebooks: Alex Catalog of Electronic Text, Amidio Challenge, Authorama, Bartleby, DOAB, that means Directory of Open Access Books, eBooks at Adelaide, OAPEN, Open Library, Project Gutenberg, Read Print, Rare Books, the American School of Classical Studies at Athens, the Universal Digital Library Million Book Collection, and there are many more such open access ebooks links. Open access standard sources like ECMA International Open Standards, OASIS Open Standards, OpenStandards.net, World Wide Web Consortium Open Standard. Open access electronic thesis and dissertation sources are Australian University Thesis and Dissertation, DIBA Portal, DART Europe e-Thesis Portal, Mahatma Gandhi University Online Thesis Library, and the TLD, Open Access Thesis and Dissertation. Open Directory Project Free Dissertations, OpenThesis.org, PQDT Open ProQuest Digital Thesis, Shodhganga India, Thesis Kannada. The next one is ePrint Archive, archive.org, PhilC Archive, REPEC, this is for economics, ePrint Network, Hall Open Archive Scholarly Documents, Corkprints, etc. Now, let us go back, discuss about open education courseware. The courseware referred to the pool of resources where different entities of open educational resources can be found in one platform. For example, I am giving some of the list here: Carnegie Mellon, Harvard Open Courseware, Johns Hopkins Open Courseware, MIT Open Courseware, Notre Dame, NPTEL of India MHRD, Open.Michigan, Open Yale Courses, Tufts University. Guide Global Universities in Distance Education, Open Courseware Consortium of ISSEU, Japan Open Courseware Consortium, OCW Consortium Europe, Open Courseware Consortium on Vimeo, Social Science Research Network, which are very useful for social science researcher. Now, I'm giving here some of the open online learning tools mostly provided by UNESCO that can be found in the UNESCO website. And here, British Council, edX, Byju's, Coded, Code.org, Codeweek, Discovery Education, Duolingo, Feed the Monster, Coursera, Khan Academy, KitKit School, Lab Exchange, Mindspark, Mosoteach, OneCourse, Polyup, Quizlet, Geeky, Edutopia are very important. Virtual libraries or subject gateways. So these are different types of virtual libraries where, depending on the discipline or subjects, one can find different open educational resources. HathiTrust Digital Library, Infoport, Internet Public Library, Intuit, Social Science, Cyber Library. Open educational resources are like ocean of information, and you need to select based out of those. And now you have to think how to use these open educational resources. You can take OER selectively from elsewhere and incorporate or adapt them into your own courses. You can create your own digital resources for your own teaching and make them available to others. You can see instances from Florida State University. You can build a course around OER where students have to find content to solve problems, write reports, or do research on a topic. You can take a whole course from OERU or sites like that and then build student activities and assessment and provide learner support for the course. Then you will be able to share the best open educational resources in your teaching learning purposes. The main vehicles of open access or the main routes to make your research outputs openly accessible. The primary vehicles of open access for delivering to research articles are open access journals and open access archives. Open access journals is also referred as gold open access, where one involves publishing articles or books via the open access route on a publisher's platforms. Open access archives is also referred to as green open access. Here, it involves archiving a version of the manuscript in an open access repository. Also, self-archiving can be achieved in three main ways: putting your articles on author websites, depositing articles in disciplinary archives, and depositing articles in institutional archives and repositories.